about those conspiracy that were here. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Commissioner, I'd like to welcome you to this meeting tonight and thank each of you for taking that time to come and look and witness what local government is all about. Seeing like tonight, we're going to keep you for a while, so welcome to our meeting. Let's get started so that we can get you in and get you out. Thank you for coming to Howard County. At this time, we have the invocation and the pledge of Vice Chair Commissioner Harrison.
So I will stand and join me in the pledge. After the prayer, I have Ms. Overload from the Polk County Health Department to give us our invitation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Lovely, come forward, please.
Heavenly Father, we come before you. Thank you for your goodness, your kindness, and your mercy. We thank you for this board of county commissioners, the leaders of our county. We ask you to move and bless them with the knowledge and wisdom to guide this county in the direction that it should go. We ask you to remember the citizens of this county in many different ways. There are many needs that need to be met, dear Heavenly Father. We ask you to look on them right now and lead and guide and direct them during this meeting. And those who come before them at this time, oh God, look on them. Oh Lord Jesus, we do these things to praise your name. Lord, just honor and glory, it shall be done. These are blessings of prayer and unto ask. In the name of the Father, Son, and the blessed Holy Ghost. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Again, thank you. Thank you for your pleasure and occasion. Again, thank each of you for coming. Welcome to Hope County Board of Commissioners, local government. If any commission wish to add or take anything off tonight, not.
Mr. Chair, this is for the board. I'd like to add a personnel discussion relating to the sheriff's department on the agenda as an item for discussion.
Is it closed session, open session?
Open session.
And I'm going to pull from underneath my manager's report. Number B, I was notified they were unable to be here tonight. We'll have to move them to another meeting.
Just pull B.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Thomas, you want to add, what do you want to add that at?
Since the representatives here, we can add it right under the consent agenda so we can leave that afterwards if they'd like.
Okay. So you're talking about,
They'll make it 5 and everything else moves out with it.
okay.
Everything else moved from there. That's a motion to add those. Then we move on.
I'll make a motion.
We got a second.
Second.
Motion second, one time to consider, all in favor with aye. Opposed? Do I have a motion to accept? Motion. Time.
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as submitted.
Got a second. Motion second, one time to consider, all in favor with aye. Opposed? I have it. Thank you. First, we have public comment, Mr. Chairman.
Shaw Alvarado.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
My name is Jeff Alvarado. I live in 3810 North Oakland Road, Shannon, still part of Cook County. I just moved 3 years ago to this county. I'm planning to retire over here. And I would like to see if I can see some changes if I plan to retire over here. And one of these ones is going to be with the Hispanic community. Right now, we are going to start a Hispanic organization, nonprofit. We're calling United to Live with Dignity. One of the reasons why we want to do it is because we see a lot of discrimination against the Hispanic community. I'm proud of the school system that you have over here, but on discrimination, I see that one very strong. I want you to know that I'm a pastor. I'm a chaplain as well, and I see bullying very hard over here. One of the reasons why I decided to start to do something for the community is because 2 months ago, 2 young African Americans killed themselves. One of the reasons was bullying, because they're gay. I know that this is a very strong community that believes in Jesus, but bullying is very strong against gays and Hispanics. So I would like you guys to know that I'm going to be working with the community. There's some people from the Hispanic community with me today, but this is something that I would like you guys to pay attention. Bullying and drugs in the school. Even if you have 3 policemen in the school, if you go to the bathrooms, according to the old information that I have, I never smelled marijuana before, but now I know that stinks like a skunk. Skunk, that's the correct word. So kids are complaining about that. I know that you maybe have to believe that Mexicans are drug dealers, believe in that. So our kids are complaining about bullying in the school, drugs in the school. And if we can work together on discrimination, it would be nice. gay community is talking to me. They don't want to say nothing about what's going on inside the school too, because if they say something, they're going to be punished. They're afraid of their director, so I will speak for them. And you will see me over here very often. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm not illegal. I don't speak very well English, maybe, but I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born in Texas, so in Texas we don't have to speak English. So I would like to see if we can work together, if we can do something for the community. Something that you have to start to realize is that Cook County is a variety of many nations. You have Colombians, Peruvians, we have people from Haiti, we even have people from Yemen. It's a very strong community. And something that I want to start to see if we can do with the community is relief and development. Train them to start business. And I want you to know, because discrimination is very hard over here. That's what the Hispanic community think. They move their business to São Paulo, I tell you. And I know you're losing taxes. Because if they don't do business over here, you're losing money. So if we can work together, my name is Joshua. You have my address, and you will see me around.
Thank you.
I'm glad you came. I had a chance to meet you at a meeting held by Oak County Democrat Chairman, Mr. Davis. So you're gonna be working closely with Mr. Davis and getting involved with the community.
Yes, and I will start to see if I can work together with the police department,
Okay.
as well with the sheriff from here and Robertson County as well. I will be in touch with the police department of Red Springs. So we want to work together.
Okay.
We want to work together.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Mr. Tyrone Ingram.
Good afternoon,
Good
Chairman,
evening.
commissioners.
Good evening.
Again today concerning the matter of gunshots around my neighborhood, around my home. It's been an ongoing issue for several years, over 10 years. I've been studying the ordinance, both the state ordinance and the county ordinance. The state ordinance is being violated, and the county ordinance is being violated in the area of my home, me and my neighbors. They're shooting around our homes every day, after sundown. Most recently, yesterday, day before yesterday. Every day. We're tired of it. We've been to the sheriff department, can't get no cooperation. Every time we call the police out there, they're within the regulation. Okay, I've measured it myself. I know they're not within regulation. I went over to zone, they have been to measure. They're not in within regulation. So, I've been to the governor, been to the VA, been to the sheriff department. Everybody's pointing the finger back to the commissioner. Here I stand. One more time. I'm disabled, post-traumatic stress, combat related. Almost shot in my head in my backyard. Here, in Hope County. I repeated this before. I love people. I'm a Christian. I serve God. I want my country to serve, to protect. If I can't have peace in my own home, where am I going to have it? $45,000, $100,000, I can't even barbecue on my back porch, me and my wife, for fear of gunshot. It's got to cease. As of this day here, Commissioner said here with them, your commission, your ordinance is fine. It has been worked on. State ordinance said any noise caused to a resident like myself to have a health condition is negligent, nuisance, and must be prevented. I'm here today to tell you, if it continues, I will sue. I might lose, but I promise you, I will sue. This is the last time I'm coming down here about this matter. Next time will be my attorney. I guarantee you. I almost lost my life in my own property by gunshot. It will not continue anymore. Went up to 200,000 miles an hour up that bayonet up there by that golf course. They shooting up there. Then the real estate agent came out. I said, they shooting up here too? So they're shooting. Can't continue. So I don't know who's gonna be responsible for getting stopped over my area, but it's gonna have to stop.
The chief deputy is here. You have a conversation with him before we leave.
Sir,
Will you have a conversation with him before you leave?
so I'd rather he come talk to the sheriff. We've had many.
I can't talk to the sheriff or the sheriff won't talk to me. Last time I tried to talk to the sheriff on the phone, he was very rude with me and disrespectful. I don't want to talk to the sheriff, period. My lawyer talk to the sheriff.
As a lawyer, we had nothing to say.
I said he will talk to the sheriff if it doesn't stop. That's what I said.
I didn't say what you said.
I said what I said.
Let me ask you a question. Mr. Attorney, is there anything that we can do as this board?
We've got a ordinance. We measured the property. And we feel, based on our measurements, that the area that he's complaining about is in compliance with our ordinance.
When you say in compliance, is there a violation with the shots or not?
We don't think so.
Who measured it?
I don't know, sir. I'm just asking the attorney myself.
You have a record of the measurements?
Yes.
I like to see them. I haven't seen any measurements.
Mr. Chairman, what can we do to follow with Mr. Ingram? Because I do believe that every citizen in the whole county should enjoy Houston, enjoy their home. So it's up to us to make every effort we can make.
We had the same similar problem down in Rockbridge. Some noise. What we did, he got a third party to come in, experts, to measure the noise and the sound with the meter. And we have someone on board that can do that. So some thing that you get the third party, get an expert that that's what they do, everything, to come in and measure this for you.
Thank you. I've been messing with this ever since I've been coming down. I
That's
got a
the best you
document.
And Mr. Ingram, we do have the information. You said that, I think you gave it to the clerk, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
68 Pine Haven Drive.
Thank you.
You got that one?
Okay, you should have this.
The clerk can have the information. Okay, Mr. Attorney.
We've got two public hearings. The first public hearing is an application for general use rezoning by Brad Butler to rezone 4.9 acres of property located at 580 Hobson Road. It's currently zoned residential multifamily. The request is to rezone residential agriculture. Mr. Butler,
I'm representing him.
Okay.
He's not here.
come on.
Well, come up.
And before you speak, we don't have to swear you in because this is just a general use rezoning. Robert, do you want to give the information on this particular property?
Sure, I can pull it up real quick. I'll get over here on this thing. I'm still getting used to these. But the property is located here. Let me just get it centered up. Near the intersection of Hobson Road and Skull Road. The surrounding properties out there are zoned RA20 and R15. This property was zoned to residential multifamily several years ago, and a developer had intended on putting, I believe, apartments or condos out there that were going to be serviced off of septic tanks. That project never came to fruition, and Mr. Butler has purchased it now with intentions of doing something a little different with it. So that necessitates the rezoning request today. But given that that's the only piece of multifamily right there in that area, going back to an RA20, be more in conformance with the other zoning districts in that area, the planning board and staff both recommend approval.
Please.
We said we plan on putting a landscaping office there, 60 by 125 buildings. And put all our equipment and then like be able to grow like potted plants and stuff for our nursery and stuff like that. That's the plan used.
Bring us some tax dollars.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Robert, would that fall under our neighborhood business?
I would fall, actually, our RA20 zoning district is fairly broad in the way it treats these kind of uses like nurseries, growing plants, so it fits under that as well. Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure we haven't come back recently.
No, sir. No, sir.
But we like to have and encourage business to come into the whole county, so.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Anyone else wishing to speak? Sir, if you would just for the record, give us your name and address.
Nicholas Sean Harrell. I live in Oak Mills, North Carolina. 1270 Kennedy Farm.
Thank you.
I'm glad you live in another county to bring him in over here.
That's right.
Thank you for that.
Thank
you. Do you have a motion to close public?
Second.
Second. Motion second, to close public hearing. All right, time to sit off it. When I oppose, I had it. What was your approval? Make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve request. All right, time to sit off it. What I oppose, I have it. Thank you.
The second matter is a request to renew a conditional use permit. The initial permit was, the conditional use permit was granted by the board on June the 1st, 2015. It was renewed subsequent to that in August of 2016. And the request is to renew for one more year. It's a solar farm. It's 25 acres of a 49-acre tract. Anyone wishing to speak to this matter, if you will, come up and I'll need to put you under oath. Each of you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and that you saw an affirmation.
I do.
Thank you.
Commissioners, good evening. Michael Wallace, Sunlight Partners, 27 Pearl Street, Portland, Maine. I've been in front of you before, each of the last 2 times, so good to be back in Will County. Back in front of you again, asking for permission to extend this one more year. We've had the development done for 2 years and have been waiting on the utility. I think everybody that has paid attention to solar understands that there's been a little bit of a backlog of solar projects in the state, in particular with Duke Energy. House Bill 589 was just recently passed, signed by Governor Cooper, that is going to allow solar to move forward. And as a part of that, Shelter Solar, which is the name of this project, has already started to move forward. So we have a response back from the utility. It's what's called advanced study as they're moving it through. What that study is essentially is they're running some additional tests on the site to understand what they would call inrush current with harmonics and reactive power. So to give you my background, an engineer by trade, professional engineer within the state of North Carolina as well. So that study is expected to be done sometimes within probably the next 45 to 60 days. We expect to have an IA agreement and power purchase agreement probably 60 days after that, and we expect to be building Q4 to Q1 of next year. So nothing has changed on the site. You know, we're just we've been just waiting for Duke to get through the process, and it looks like we're finally moving in that direction. Okay, so.
It is need to expand. I know we can get some land right behind.
We would love to expand, but if you've read that House Bill 589, it makes it pretty difficult moving forward. You're going to see less solar in the state of North Carolina moving forward, but that's okay.
Okay. Do I have motion?
Any other questions?
Anyone else wishing to speak on this issue? Mr. Chairman, one of the things we need to do is there has been at least 2 prior public hearings, and we've just asked to make those records part of this record if the board approves the 1-year extension.
There are much close public hearing. So second. All in favor, with aye. Opposed, I have it. You heard the request from the attorney along with approving this request to add to the same record, so show that we need motion that we add the prior to extensions to the tonight's meeting and that we approve it. Second. Motion second. All that time consider all in favor, with aye. Opposed, I have it. Thank you. Approved. Item 4, consent A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Any board member wish to pull in or to add? Conversation. All right,
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve consent agenda A through G.
the motion is second.
Second.
All that time to consider, all in favor with aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I have it. Thank you. I see that's reappointing Ms. Cheryl Hart back to the senior center board of directors.
Yes, she agreed to serve, Mr.
She
Chairman.
agrees, I wonder, she agrees to serve, Ms. Shirley?
Yes, I do.
And I think also in regards to, the revised capital, approval that we did for, 2018 budget for the sheriff. I think there was a decrease in the chief payment, can speak on that. We've already approved it, chief, but there was a decrease in the cost of the vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So with that, it kind of would be big to save money. And they use that money for maybe something like parking lot project, stuff like that, or the agricultural project.
Save money,
Those are save money.
save money, good. That's save it, I like that. Thank you. All right, item number 5 is a contract. I'm sorry.
Hold up.
Yeah, he-
Added item, okay.
Mr. Chairman, when it comes to our current budget, there's been some confusion when it relates to the removal of emergency management from the sheriff's office, as it relates to one position that did not carry over with emergency management. And I would like some clarification regarding that from the manager if possible. If Chief Hammonds has anything to say, I would love to hear from him. I was disturbed after reading an article in the news journal about this, so I need clarification as a commissioner. So anything you can let me know about what happened to that position. The fourth position, there were 4 positions in emergency management.
No, there has always been 3 positions in emergency management.
Okay.
And when the board decided to move emergency management, we kept 3 positions with doing one thing. We took the director of emergency management, which was Freddie Johnson, and we moved him into emergency management out of the sheriff's department. So that's the only position we actually moved out of that budget and moved it into emergency management to remain with 3 positions, because that's all emergency management has always had, 3 positions. We've never had 4 positions because Freddie was always in the sheriff's department, okay? So we moved that position, which left that position, the other position, which is the clerk position, because it's always been a clerk, not an admin, it was a clerk position, a deputy clerk. That position for us stayed in the sheriff's department. And Robin can say if I'm wrong or not, but she was told that she belonged to the sheriff, not to the county, when it was all said and done by Freddie, okay? She didn't belong to the county. She belonged to the sheriff because he hired and fired her. You know, he had the authority to hire her, not us.
But for clarity, the money in the budget for that position was left in the sheriff's budget.
I did not remove that money, and Garvin did not remove that money.
So it's there.
Yes, it's there.
So what I read in the paper about accusations that the county laid
don't-
someone off or fired someone in our budget process is not accurate. Is that what I'm?
This is what I'm gonna say.
That's important for me to know.
I have not commented on anything in the news journal or any paper. That is what was stated in the news journal, and that's what I'm going to say on that. I've made no response to the news journal, and I wasn't asked anything in the news journal.
Okay. Well, that's clarity. My point is, the money is still in the sheriff's budget. The county did not terminate anyone from that position. The money is in the sheriff's budget, but as we speak, the money is still in the sheriff's budget.
So this has nothing to do with us. If someone was laid off or is no longer working, it has nothing to do with the county.
I haven't been asked by anyone about that position.
Okay.
I was given a resignation letter on that Monday from that employee. It was left on my admin's desk. So that's what I'm gonna say. Whatever conversation was had over at the sheriff's department. It wasn't had with me.
Now the public knows. Right.
No further questions.
No further questions? Okay, thank you, Ms. Thomas. That's very good. Good. All right, now number 5, which is number 6. What is that contract with the new technology for LLC?
Adage.
Good, Mr. Allen, okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Coming before the board, for approval of a contract of a filtration system for the Brownstone well location that we have. It was built in 2011. I want to bring it online now. I found a filtration system that will help with the water. As we purchase this with the iron, we're removing the iron out of the water. If we purchase this system, it will reduce our well times on 414 Rock Road and Carolina Drive, which the wells out there are pumping 20 hours to 24 hours a day. And per the state, they only need to be pumping 12 hours. So with the new Bass Road well that's already up, and bringing the Rhinestone on, by bringing Rhinestone, we could cut the well times down about 20%. So we're trying to get it, that's why we come before you to ask what is Adage filtration system.
This is a new technology.
Yes, sir. Instead of building a concrete basin like we have at Arabia and Antioch, I thought we're trying to reduce the cost. We don't have to have any engineering. It's already been engineered. And it's an inside filtration system that's stored inside.
That save costs and cut down on the use of well, which means our citizens will drink water all of a sudden.
Yes, sir.
We like drinking water.
We're trying to prevent anything happening.
Whatever you do, keep us drinking good water.
Okay.
Okay. But what's any question from the board?
No.
The motion approved.
Chairman, make a motion to approve.
The second. Motion second to put on our time. Consider all in with aye. Opposed, I have.
All right.
Keep the good water coming.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, would you also do a motion to authorize Hilton to sign the contract?
There are motion on that. So second. All in with aye. Opposed, I have it. Good. We want good water. Keep it coming.
Okay.
We got a lot of it today from the sky.
Well, this money is coming out of next year's budget. So.
Coming out what money?
We set it aside. Me and Garvin set it aside from last year. So it's not coming out of this.
Is your last year money?
It's a carryover from last year.
Yeah.
That's even better. We keep doing good like that. We got to cut your pay good. Thank you. All right. Request from Butterball to hold annual family day at 211 Sport Complex. Teach what's that?
I sent, come on up. This
Butterball.
is Mr.
He's running take
Mr.
it.
Gaylord, he is the HR director for Butterball. I was given a request. Butterball actually had their first annual family day in Hope Mills last year, and it didn't kind of go well.
It was entirely
Too far out.
So
So he made a request to use 211 Park, and I'm in full approval, and I recommend that happens, but it requires me to close the park down. Also requires me to bring that splash pad up. We have a tentative date to shut it down after Labor Day, but the only weekend we have available to be able to do it before our fall sports start is like September 23rd. So I want to utilize to use the splash pad and let them have that park. And I think it's a good coordination with the business in Hope County to make that happen and use the park. So I wanted them to come before the board to show that we work with our businesses in Hope County because I'm in full agreement that we do that. But I would like for him to just give you a little bit about Butterball. And it helps that my husband works for Butterball.
Tell us a little bit about Butterball.
What's the date for that again?
September 23rd.
Tell us a little bit about
well, we're continuing to grow. We had some unfortunate news a few months ago. We closed our plant in Aurora, Illinois, but the turkey bacon produces that facility is going to transfer to this facility. It's going to hopefully have about 150 to 200 more jobs.
200 more jobs. Okay.
So we're still growing. We're still here.
That's
good.
Welcome home. That's what it should be.
And I think this is a small request that you're asking, because you all do so much for our county. We just want to continue to work with you all in our county and promote good business. So anytime you need us, just come to us. We'll be glad to help you out.
Thank you. Welcome, Hope County. All right. Do I have motion approved request?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve.
A second. Motion second approved request. All the time to consider all with aye. Those I have it. Happy day. All right. State of County Home Health Department. Barbara, that's you.
Well, I got the boss lady here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is our annual report of our health statistics for Hope County for this year.
Ms. Olga Little Bennett and Ms. Sharita Sutton will provide the information for you, and then we'll be concluded.
Good evening. How y'all doing? Good.
I do have a PowerPoint that I'm going to share with you. You should have received a copy of the actual document. So I'm just going to highlight some of the focuses that we're focusing on according to our leading health concerns here in Hope County.
Okay.
Just go last down to the bottom. The folder's already open. All the way down. Yep.
Sure.
We did have received approval from the state for the North Carolina Division of Public Health for our 2016 State and County Health Report. It was approved, met all the recommendations according to our activity 1.2 of our accreditation activity. It was submitted in March of 2016, is when it was submitted, so we received our letter back, stating that we did meet all of the qualifications.
Good.
So this is just a little brief overview of our demographics of Polk County. Our population, estimated population is 52,671, which is a makeup of 49.5% males and 50.5% females. This is a 12.2% increase since our 2015 community health assessment. The average per capita income is $18,421, with 19.9% of our population living in poverty, which is a decrease of 3% since our 2015 community health assessment. So that's a good sign that people are beginning to find jobs here in Hope County as our poverty level is going down. These are our 10 leading causes of death in Hope County. Heart disease still leads as our #1 cause, followed by cancer of all types, then cancer of the trachea, lung, the bronchus, chronic lower respiratory diseases. Alzheimer's disease has moved up. I think in the previous assessment, it was like number 8 or number 9, and now you see it's moved up closer to the top.
Ooh.
And a lot of this is due to the part that we have an aging population, and you have more people with chronic, mental illness with Alzheimer's and dementia. We have severe cerebral vascular disease, diabetes, cancer of the prostate, kidney disease, and other unintentional injuries. And this could be anything from that other injuries may come from here. Our primary focus area continues to be adolescent pregnancy prevention and STD, chronic disease, or focus emphasis on diabetes, heart disease, cancer, obesity, hypertension, overweight. Our community health opinion surveys that we usually do every year throughout the years still say there's a need for. So we need to look at aging, dental health, mental health, and child abuse and neglect on some other areas of concern that was mentioned in the surveys. These are just some of our programs that we do have at Hope County Health Department. We do have Teen Time that's offered on the first and third Monday from 4 to 7 at the health department. This is the time when teens can schedule appointments to come in. If they need to come in for a family planning appointment, or someone needs to come in to get shots, they can come in at that particular time and be seen. We do have a baby thinking over program. This is our adolescent health program that we offer We offer it through the schools, the parent and child development classes, as well as having a summer baby ticket over program. We do offer self-esteem programs, and we do offer summer youth programs. From time to time, we do go out to Hawkeye, Boys and Girls Club, and provide educational classes there. Hope County, as you can see, this is our teen pregnancy numbers. Hope County now is ranked 35th in the state. When we did the 2015 Community Health Incentives, we were number 23 in the state, so the rates have changed. They've got a little bit better. It's a 13.3% change since 2013. The data that I'm getting here, data is about 2 years, sometimes a year, 2 years behind the year that we are actually working with there. So by the time you get it, it's really old data. But then you can't use it whenever you're applying for grants. According to our problem. These are just some of our leading health initiative programs that we do offer at the Hope County Health Department. We offer the SMILE, North Carolina Mobile Dentist Program, the North Carolina Dental Varnish Program. We do have chronic disease programs. We offer a chronic disease program. These focus on heart disease and diabetes. We offer our annual Diabetes Health Symposium. The last year was the 15th. This year we're getting ready to do our 16th annual Diabetes Health Symposium. We have a monthly diabetes support group that meets on the second Tuesday of each month from 5:30 to 6:30 at the health department. We do offer a holiday dessert workshop in partnership with Corporate Extension, where people come out and we let them actually put together recipes and of desserts, healthy desserts. This year we're going to do something a little different, and it's not just going to be dessert, maybe a little holiday desserts that they may have to actually have a hands on and putting those particular items together. We do offer our ADA Diabetes Self-Management Program, which is running with the state guidelines. We do have our car seat safety program, which runs very well. We do provide car seats to children here in Hope County. We do have a small fee reimbursement that we do ask for, and the fee reimbursement is what we use to get additional car seats that we need to. We do receive grant funding from Smart Start. They have given us $4,000 last year and this year to actually purchase car seats, as well as our child health contract with them, and have built that into their funding where we have additional funding to purchase car seats, particularly for those people who cannot afford car seats. There are many people in Hope County who cannot afford a car seat. We charge a minimum fee if they have Medicaid of $25, and some people cannot even pay that. So we do have car seats available, so no child should be without a car seat, approved car seat here in Hope County, because we have car seats available for them, as well as those funding sources, as well as receiving car seats from the state. We do offer the American Red Cross First Aid CPR AZ classes. Those are offered on a monthly basis. Usually on the second Friday, we do have a schedule posted online, but people can look online and see the class schedule. There is a cost for this class. We charge $60 for first aid and CPR, and if you need just CPR, it is $45. And it comes with a 2-year certification. We do have the UNCP nursing project. For the student nurses for UNCP, they come in and they assist the medical clinic side in doing different activities to get some of their experience in public health, as well as working with us with our community health assessment needs. We do offer the North Carolina Diabetes Education Prevention Program, or DPP. This is diabetes prevention. We want to prevent diabetes, people from having diabetes before it actually occurs. Also, we are partnering with First Health to do the Minority Diabetes Project. This is a grant that they received from the state, from the Division of Public Health, to do minority diabetes prevention, and that program is going very well. So this is a new initiative we have partnered with them to do. I've talked a little bit about the contract agenda for the Child Health Initiative. They are also focusing on having healthier outcomes for children, and also focusing on evidence-based programs that will lead towards reducing obesity in children. We do have a new program. That's what Ms. Sharita Sutton, our new health educator, is going to talk with you about our Pay for Families program. But we also are doing our prescription drug overdose. and the Knoxville Use Committee. We do have this committee where we are focusing on the prescription drug use. We will be coming for you at a later date to give you some more background information about what all we're gonna be doing in that particular program. Because I know many of you may have heard all of the increasing information about opiate use, but this is what this prescription drug overdose committee is focusing on.
So you're all gonna have a clinic for that?
We're not gonna have a clinic, but we have some other activities where we're gonna be doing some outreach into the community, getting education in the community, also providing kits to the law enforcement. So they'll have those to do that.
This little is the other agency that just moved into the county, kind of operates like a health department. Can't remember the name of it.
Southeast.
Yeah, now they're dealing with the opioid problem, right? Are we gonna be are we gonna partner with those folks if that arises that we can?
We have, our initiative started in the spring. The state, Governor Cooper, we received funding to start our program. And it's also the one that's guided by the Commissioners Association. But we have invited them and included them on the mailing list to join. It's actually the group that's all the law enforcement, Rayford PD, Hope County Sheriff, First Health, and Cape Fear, all the hospital systems. So we're all working together for a group to have a plan, coordinated strategic plan for the county.
Okay, good.
So and they do have behavioral health as part of their component with being the FQHC in Hope County. So we'll be utilizing that. And we do have behavioral health services on Wednesdays that we have at the health department to do our mental health services.
Okay. Good question. It's all about collaboration. Thank you.
This is just some of our pictures of some of the activities that we've had throughout the year. Of course, our Board of Health meeting. We have Celebrate Heart Disease Awareness in February, so we try to wear red, encourage people to wear red during that particular first Friday in February, and even throughout the month. We have our summer Baby Think It Over program. If you can see the picture of the baby, young ladies with the babies that they take home, the baby simulators, they take them home. This year they took them home for 4 days and kept them, and then they brought them back. And you can look at the printout and see what type of parent they have. It gives them an experience of just a simulation of what it's like to actually have a child. Because they would program the babies to cry, and they cry all during the night. They don't get any sleep those days. Also, we have breast cancer awareness, which is celebrated in October, our diabetes self-management class, and our holiday dessert workshop. So you can see the holiday dessert workshop. We have a lot of pictures that people really enjoy this because we get a hands-on to actually make the desserts, put the desserts together and then actually taste them. Okay. So this is some of our new emerging issues that affect the community health status. And they are mosquito-borne illnesses that can cause infections like West Nile virus and encephalitis, HPV prevention, pertussis, vaccine hesitancy, obesity, and mental health. So those are some just new and emerging issues that we do need to begin to address. And in conclusion, this just summarizing, we still need to work with we're still going to be working with our community partners, provide education in the community to help eliminate some of these chronic health conditions here in Hope County, as well as eliminate health disparities. And now, if you have any questions.
Keep working hard for the citizens of Hope County.
Thank you. And Ms. Sharita Sutton, she's going to come forward at this time, and she's going to tell you about our Faithful Family Program initiative that we're going to be doing. That's program that she has been working on since she started. She was hired in February, and she has been working on getting trained as well as doing some program initiatives, starting to do initiatives in the county.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
The Faithful Families Project is an evidence-based project, which means if we're successful, increase opportunities for healthy eating, physical activity where people live, learn, earn, play, and pray. I sent out about 60 letters some time ago, and tomorrow evening I'm meeting with the faith-based leaders on tomorrow of Hope County, mainly here to Hope County, and we're talking about the faithful families, and it'll be a 12-week project. Hopefully, start off with 12 weeks. Hopefully, it'll go into a lifetime.
Will your meeting take place
At
tomorrow?
Hope County Health Department in the conference room at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
I mean, sorry, 6 p.m. Morning, break. 6 p.m.
Small.
Very small.
You can take it.
6 p.m. in the conference room at the Hope County Health Department. So that tomorrow evening we'll be talking about that project. That project will be a 12-week program. We will begin talking about what that calendar is going to look like. There will be education and physical activities every single week. Our goal is to teach these lay leaders represented from each church and teach them how to teach their the lay people in their churches or their organizations about healthy eating, physical activity. Our kickoff will be on the 19th at 211 at the 211 Complex Park, where the the organizations can come in. They'll get weighed. They'll get their demographics and everything as well, and be weighed as well as their blood pressure as well. And then that will take place at 211 Complex. It will if it starts raining, if it's raining, we will have it at Hope County Park. So we're really excited about that particular project and hope to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep working for the citizens of County. Bobby, move forward. Unless something that you'd like to say, add something to it, like to add anything to it?
Well,
Always tell them what a good place you're running out there and how good the folks are.
the Faithful Families is a really fun idea. It's kind of like the Biggest Loser Challenge. We really want to get the different churches and ministries in the community to kind of take on a healthy start with their congregations. And so this is a new idea that we've talked with Berkeley Cape Fear and First Health. We're trying to do this partnership and possibly if it's successful, it can be something in the future, trophies, big banquet ceremonies, and keep people happy.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know what's going on.
Good report.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
All right. Manager report.
So, I have Robin, where did Robin go?
She's still up on it.
Okay. I have an update. I have Robin before the commissioner. She is now the assistant emergency director since Freddie Johnson left, but I am putting her in the interim position until we post and fill that position. And the reason I'm doing that is because she is qualified to fill that position as the emergency manager for emergency management. And just to give you an idea of her certification, I'll start with her North Carolina Department of Public Safety, her emergency management. She has her executive level emergency management certification. She also has the advanced critical infrastructure protection. She has her enhanced threat and risk assessment, jurisdictional threat and hazard ID and risk assessment. So those are just some of the top ones that she has. Her Emergency Management Institute for FEMA. She has her National Emergency Management Advanced Academy. She has the BASIT Academy. She has the administrative section chief and the administrative unit leader. For Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, she has her infrastructure and protection certification. She also, everyone thinks emergency management here in the county is just emergency management. They also do all of our fire protection in the county as far as our inspections. So she also has her fire inspection level 2, and she also has her fire inspection level 3, her probationary. So she can inspect just about everything in this county, okay? Everything in the county, actually, she can inspect. She also has her North Carolina Fire Prevention School. She has the Intermediate Class 57 NCAFC Fire Prevention School, and she has the basic classes, the 55th NCAFC Fire Prevention School, okay? So just to go on, I could go on, but Robin, I'm putting in the interim position. I will be posting for the emergency management director. It will go up tomorrow morning, and I will also be posting or the fire inspector that's in emergency management tomorrow. The assistant fire emergency management director will be posted depending upon what we do when we hire the director. Okay, so that's just to give you an update on that. And I'm also going to have Robin come up and give you a little update on emergency management and what they do and what she's been doing and what plan she has in place.
Good evening, Ms. Robin. How you doing? Yeah, seems like you're doing a good job over there.
She is.
And certainly hearing all the cases, seems like you have them all. Seems like everything you can see, that's ready to work. How's it going over there? Good?
Okay, day by day.
Day by day, you got everything you need?
Well, I think you need some staff, am I
Yes,
right?
you need
You need some
staff.
staff. So I want to, I was speaking to Commissioner Thomas earlier today. I think that we're getting to the storm season, you know, August, September, October, hurricane season, tornadoes and all that. So I think that, Mr. Chairman and County Manager, I think we need to move pretty swiftly in posting some of these jobs that you're gonna need some assistance with, so that we can have a full staff going into these seasons. So I wanna make sure we're on top of that, but I do think you're well qualified, and we thank you for staying with us and working with us.
There's no threat to our safety and no county measurement that I know of. You know any?
We are in hurricane season.
That's right. Okay. I want to echo Commissioner Sutherland's call that we move as quickly as possible in hiring for the director position. I also want to throw a few things out there when it comes to emergency management. I've heard some of the concerns from individuals. I want to make it clear that this move should and will, if we do our jobs, make Hope County a safer place to live. And we're going to be in streamline with other counties in the state. Some things that I want you to keep in mind as we work towards this is maybe updating our website to have something about emergency management soon, so that people know where to go to for information if a storm were to hit. I've learned from Matthew that you can't wait to after the storm hits to try to disseminate information to the people. So if we can already have a website that shows where to go, you know, all of our resources, our committees, what number to dial, so that we're not clogging 911 with things such as a log bend in the road, things of that nature. I think it'll be of a great assistance to the people. Secondly, when it comes to the generator East Hope, I would like to get some updates about that as well, so that we know if another storm comes, we have the generator to use as a shelter. And lastly, when it comes to water, we had some people that didn't have water when the storm hit, and I heard it was due to some generator issues. Whatever we can do to make sure that that isn't a problem next time, we need to do that. We're going to follow your lead and make sure that that's never a problem again, where a storm knocks out the water supply to our citizens.
As far as the generator ESOP goes, we do have some grants that we have applied for through the mitigation process after Hurricane Matthew, that we are still waiting on. When Matthew hit and the water system went down, we did receive 4 52-foot truckloads of water that emergency management and the deputies and staff at the sheriff's office, along with a couple of commissioners, did go out throughout the county and distribute the water to people that did not have any.
Just to let you know, Commissioner Thomas, we've started on two, we've already.
Come on, talk to us here.
We've already had 2 of our well sites that didn't have generators already wired, because that work has been completed. So the ones that we got them on the list, and we're getting ready to purchase a generator on wheels, so where we can move them to our most critical places. So that's already in place.
Great, thank you so
Good
much.
job. So we're not in no crisis. Give your report.
They can help. It is good.
The county manager wanted me to give you some highlights of the responsibility for the emergency management and fire marshal's office. The highlights I'm going to give you are just some of the responsibilities that we do on a day-to-day basis, along with when we have incidents. Starting with emergency management, we prepare the county to respond to all hazard disasters, including acts of terrorism. And to recover from disasters, we use the 4 phases of emergency management: preparation, response, recovery, and mitigation. This is a never-ending process. It continually goes in a cycle.
We directly work with Hope County and North Carolina State Emergency Service agencies within our county and at state levels, such as law enforcement, fire departments, rescue squad, EMS, all first responding agencies. We also work with the Hope County support agencies such as DSS and the Health Department, who basically run the shelter when it's here, along with the Red Cross. We work with solid waste utilities as well as major utility companies within the county, which would be Duke and the Lumbee River Electric Company. We work with the military response agencies, Fort Bragg and Camp McCall. Fort Bragg actually has a position in our EOC. They have a liaison that comes in to work with us. We oversee and monitor the LEPC committee, which is our local emergency planning committee. We go to their meetings and assist them in any way possible. And we also ensure that all businesses within the county that have any kind of hazardous materials comply with Tier 2. We attend all North Carolina emergency management conferences, forums, meetings at state level and county level and at the Eastern Branch level. The Eastern Branch is made up of 5 different areas. We are actually Area 5, which includes Brunswick, New Hanover, Bladen, Columbus, Robson, and Hope County. We have an Area 5 coordinator who we respond to directly during any kind of incident. We also work with the state director, Mike Spayberry. We also serve in the as a manager in the Emergency Operations Center during times of activation, respond to and manage and assist local response agencies with mitigation of major incidents. We provide emergency preparedness training for the schools, civic organizations, nursing homes, and senior citizen organizations. We assist with the training of emergency services personnel with emergency response preparedness. Conduct 3 readiness exercises a year, which includes a tabletop. These are required by our emergency management grant program. We have universals and 6 optionals that we have to complete every year to receive our grant funds.
Is that like continuing education or something?
Yes.
Okay.
There's all kinds of different things. We have to update and revise our emergency operations plan on a yearly basis. We have to go over our mitigation plan on a yearly basis. Okay. And we have 24 hours of continued training that has to be done on a yearly basis, along with some other optionals that we can pay.
And can you be clear that our grant is not in jeopardy of us losing it for this year?
No. As it was stated in the News Journal, the fire inspections fall under the fire marshal's office. They have nothing to do with our emergency management grant. As a matter of fact, we have 1 optional left for this year, and it will be completed in the next couple of weeks. It's not due until September 30th. Okay. We will maintain the EOC in a state of readiness at all times. It has to be ready to go up and running at a moment's notice. We maintain all North Carolina emergency management and Hope County emergency management response equipment, to include the Dipper 3 equipment that we have mutual aid agreements with our Dipper. Emergency management is a never-ending process. We don't just sit around and wait for hurricanes to show up. There is it's a continuous cycle. We are also in the process of acquiring a temporary office building that is about 1,800 square feet with 5 rooms, which will give us ample space for offices, plans review, and conferences, and a hybrid EOC that we could use in small incidents, or we won't have to fully activate. The only problem with one of the locations that we're talking about is DSL is not fast enough for the servers and the stuff we use. So that would be one thing that would have to be updated.
Can we update that?
It's in the progress.
That's the one we're working on.
We're working on it, but I don't have a definite timeline. It could
Okay.
be up to a year.
Okay.
As far as our fire marshal's office responsibilities go, we serve principal liaison between the county fire departments, the board of commissioners, and the county government. We ensure that the fire departments are in compliance with the county fire protection contract. We assist the fire departments as needed with incident management and resource coordination. One of the things that people need to understand is the resources, if we have an incident, when resources come into the county, it has to come through the Emergency Management Office and the Web EOC. We send requests up to the Eastern Branch, which if they cannot fill through the Eastern Branch, they send it up to state level. And if the state can't fulfill it, they send it up to federal level. That you can't just pick up a phone anymore and order a resource. It won't happen. We coordinate resources for searches of lost citizens. We assist the fire departments with assistance to firefighter grants. We also conduct origin and cause determination and assist the county fire departments with the origin and cause. We work very closely with the sheriff's office, with the detectives, for the criminal nature of the fires. There's criminal nature. We work very closely with the detectives on that. We conduct public fire safety education in the schools, daycares, churches, and other civic organizations as requested. We also participate in the Operation Save a Life, which happens every October. Operation Save a Life partners up with Home Depot, and they distribute smoke detectors depending on the number of citizens in your county. Depends on how many each fire department gets in the fire marshal's office. We serve as a principal liaison between the Hood County Fire Prevention Agency and the Office of the State Fire Marshal. We also attend state fire marshal meetings and meet with neighboring counties concerning automatic and mutual aid agreements with those counties. We attend meetings and classes addressing fire marshal duties and responsibilities, as well as professional development. That's one of the things that Ms. Edens was talking about with the basic and intermediate classes that I had taken. We make sure everybody complies with directives set forth by the North Carolina Fire and Rescue Commission. We ensure that the NIMS, which is the National Incident Management Training within the county, is contracted with the fire department. We work with the Department of Insurance, rating inspectors concerning the fire department's ISO ratings and inspections. And we ensure and conduct the fire code enforcement and continuing maintenance inspections as required by the North Carolina Fire Code. We have 3 levels of inspections. We also have, level 3 is done annually. Level 2 is biannual, and level 3, which is most businesses in the county, are done every 3 years. So we are continuously doing inspections throughout the county. We also conduct public home safety inspections when requested, which is foster homes, other homes.
Where does your churches fall in with those fire inspections? Is that the churches?
They are an assembly.
So are they?
Depending on the square footage and the occupancy, depends on where they fall in. Most of our churches in our county would fall into the level 1, which would be a 3-year inspection. Once they get over 100 occupants, then they turn into an annual inspection, which we do have a couple of churches in the county that are annual.
Okay. Thank you.
That's my conclusion.
Sounds good, Rob. I think you're doing a good job. Keep doing it.
I want to share some closing thoughts on Hurricane Matthew. That was the defining moment of my 3 years on the board. If I think back, if I stop today, which I'm not, but if I stop today, that was the moment that I was the most frustrated. It wasn't because of the effort, the hard work that everyone put in. The process, from my point of view, was disjointed. There was a lack of coordination. And I say that because I spent, as a DSS commissioner, I spent a lot of time at the shelter. There was arguments in the shelter on who was running the shelter. Was it emergency management or was it Red Cross? You know, when people brought things to the shelter, there was arguments on who had the ability to turn that stuff away or accept it. Could DSS accept things even though Red Cross said you couldn't bring it? And the most frustrating part is when we closed down our shelter. I'm not sure if you recall what day of the week we closed it down on. It was a Friday. I remember that because I got a call Friday night. And we found out that all of the supplies that hundreds of citizens donated to help these people who were in trouble got locked in the DSS department over the weekend. So that was Friday evening, Saturday all day, Sunday all day. I probably fielded 50 phone calls from pastors of churches who donated items who were upset that it couldn't go to the people who needed it. Because we somehow had a program that allowed that stuff to be locked up because the decision was made to close down the shelter. I made a phone call to individuals who had dealings with closing down the shelter on Friday night, Saturday morning. And they said if we knew the commissioners had an issue with closing it down, we would never been closed down. But it was already too late. The people had already been bused to Texas. A family of 9 who I had a chance of meeting. There was infants with diapers on in there from the South Hope. You know, all of them were already taken out. The veteran who stood up here and cried in front of us at the next meeting, you know, who had to hitch a ride from Fayetteville, from their shelter to come here to tell us about how upset he was and how he felt like he was treated disrespectfully. I'll never forget that. You know, so I want you to know what I'm thinking about as we move forward with this new approach to emergency management. And I want to make sure that if another storm occurs, that we don't have those same issues. And that's my only call right now at this moment. And I believe you're going to do everything you can to make sure that that doesn't happen again.
Commenting on that, Commissioner Thomas, we have decided, first of all, Red Cross will only be bringing in food in the future. DSS and the health department will actually be running with emergency management overseeing the shelter. We had issues with the Red Cross and some of the things that were happening. As far as donations go, I was actually just talking to the health director, and I need to talk to the new DSS director. There is a certain protocol that we have to follow by the federal government for donations. The only donations you're really supposed to take are non-perishable and water. Any money donations are supposed to go to Red Cross or a volunteer agency of your choosing. We are not supposed to take any donations at the shelters. What Hope County needs to do is prepare a building or a space for donations to be dropped off at all times during an incident, and DSS is supposed to be in charge of running that. We are looking into having a class that's called Donations Management class for the DSS and health departments, so they fully understand what the rules are with the federal government as far as taking donations.
And Barbara and I talked about it, and we're gonna put something together. Freddie and I was actually talking about it before everything happened, so we're gonna put something in place so that we can be prepared.
And I think it would be great to put it on the website, what can be donated, what can't, you know, before the storm hits.
Before we get
there. Great as
I
well.
agree with you.
Thank you for the information for my purposes. I appreciate that.
Seems like you're ready to do a good job.
She is.
Mr. Chairman, I think one thing too, that now that emergency management is under the county, is that when I served as chair, we had opened the shelter. As the chairman, I went to the shelter with emergency management, with the county manager, and what we were able to do is we were able to keep the commissioners posted hourly on what was going on, so that when a decision was made to close the shelter or keep the shelter remained open, it was a consensus among the board. Since the buck stops here, if it's going to stop here, then we should be the ones saying whether or not we leave the shelter open or we close the shelter. So I'm glad that emergency management is back up under our authority, and that we should play a big part in once that shelter is activated, whoever who the chair is should play a big part of being there and making sure with the manager that all the departments are working together and doing what's supposed to be done. And then that way this board gets a good picture of what's going on, also going to report, regularly of what's going on out of the show. So I think now that we've got a chance, as Commissioner Thomas said, for us to fine tune this thing and really learn from the mistakes in the past and be able to prevent some of those problems in the future. And as it looks, you are very informed of what's going on, and we appreciate your hard work and what you're doing here for the town.
And I'm gonna want to echo, Mr. Chairman, what Commissioner Hunt and Commissioner Thomas said. Anytime, sometimes you have a disaster, you can learn from it, and you can gain from it. And sometimes all disasters are not bad; they're good, and some good can come out of it, like this right here. I think that Freddie Johnson is an outstanding person, did an outstanding job. I think that even though that you are taking over as director, I think you can lean on Mr. Johnson for help and guidance as well. I think that all of our department heads need to be involved in this process, as well as the commissioners. Even when y'all have some of these meetings, try to invite us to some of those meetings. Let us come to some of those trainings so we can have hands-on experience. Because Alan is right. We had a lot of phone calls, and I can't do nothing on a Saturday or Sunday, nothing but call those people. You know, so I think that a lot of good came out of it. So, you know, but we learned from it, and I think we can move forward.
Now, if you remember, we did a grant, Freddie and I, for us to get the training, for us to go to the training, possibly in Maryland. So remember, if that happens, it won't be a choice, and I think the 5 of you will probably have to go.
Well, we need to go.
We do what we gotta do. Let's do
Okay.
it. Anything to keep our citizens safe, we have to do it.
And one last update. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate
Thank you,
you being
Robin.
here
Keep doing a
tonight.
good job. Appreciate it.
And one other update, Grady, who sits on the DOT Transportation Board now, he sent me an update on some of the projects that Hope County has that came down on that project list. And just for the citizens to get an idea of some of the projects that came down for Hope County. Some of the projects that came down for Hope County was they were doing a widening in to Moti Lane roads for US 401 into Laurinburg. That came down for us. We also received the into Hope County to the Fayetteville Loop, and that's towards Camden Road. We also received widening to Moti Lanes on Gillis Hill Road.
That's not us.
Yeah,
survey?
that's a Gillis Road.
Yeah, that is a-
It is
Yeah,
us.
that Rockfish, yes.
I'm thinking about this other.
Yeah, you're saying about the other side. And we also have, and it says Hope County, so it says Hope Plank Road to US 401 wide to Moti Lanes.
Okay, I'm on the move, folks. Best in the state, tell you that.
You get Bobby's Road in there, Greg?
And then we also have
You need to write it in.
Hope County, Lindsay Road to SR 103, Camden Road near Fayetteville, wide to Moti Lane Roads, and that's Rockfish Road, and it says Hope.
Okay. It's on the move, folks. How can I get some DOT dollars? Let's say.
It's great. They still let us still on target. It is, okay.
We got a very, very important.
And we have multiple bridges and other things. I won't go through all those, but those are some of the main ones that Hope County had some funding for. Okay?
Good. We have a very, very important person set with us on this board, so we'll keep on
And
that.
I need,
So we get some of the money we need now.
is Dawn for it?
I don't see Don.
Well, I don't need a closed session.
Okay, okay. Again?
You have one?
Yeah, I have one more question.
Okay.
Something you said earlier on item number 4, when I was speaking about the news article, it stuck with me, and I need to bring it back up just one more time. Are you saying that the News Journal wrote an article about an allegation about the Hope County laying someone or firing someone because they supported the sheriff and didn't contact you?
I did not get a call from the News Journal.
So no statement on behalf of the county?
There was not a
just
statement from
blanket-
me.
It was just a blanket story about an allegation made by.
Okay, one more time. No.
All right. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Candace, we want to thank you for our new technology.
Yes.
Thank our taxpayer for being willing to pay for it. And Candace, thank you so much. We, for our new TV, we're going to be on, so each of you can see us from home. We don't feel like coming out in the rain. Thank you so much, Candace, for your hard work and your staff for what you've done
And
for us.
Mr. Chairman, I would like
And
to
Hope County tonight.
I like to work with Ingram and his family
Okay.
about the situation he has. So I want to make sure that we don't let that down.
Okay, we have a team that can do that. Okay, everybody has been informed, everybody ready to go home. We have a motion to adjourn this meeting. So second, all in favor with aye? Vote, aye, go home tonight, see you next time.